Hello everyone, this is Kimmy Wyatt and welcome to this video. Today I am going to do the second video for the Victory Dust, which comes in 500 smells, or it's available in 500 smells. As you can probably imagine where I am right now, I'm not able to do that, but the possibility is there. It's not even possible, it's just, is that the smell you want? But before I get started, please like, share. Let me see. You like and go fluid with this. Like, share, subscribe, check, and like, share, comment. Ooh-wee, I tried to do something different and put some checks off in there. Okay, so you guys, this is a flyer that I created for Victory Dust. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm going to let you see it here. And by the way, I'm in, of course, in the restroom. No, Kimmy, you're always in the restroom. I don't have equipment to do this any other way. And I really, truly feel I am the last person, the last dinosaur that's actually holding a phone up to my face to do a video. Send donations. Okay, to sum that up. And thank you for that. I feel awkward asking for that, but anyway. Okay, so I'm happy because I was able to clean the bathroom today. You guys look at the mirror. It doesn't even seem like I'm looking in a mirror, does it? It doesn't. It's so clean. This is how I like to operate. So I asked my son's girlfriend if she had some cleaning supplies, and she had some cleaning supplies. But before, there were no cleaning supplies. It was like they were here and then they left and then they dissipated even more, and they were already halfway gone, to put it that way. So there was no cleaning, but I feel so good. And I just did a video on why you guys should clean your mirrors. You guys, please keep your mirrors clean. There's a lot of witchcraft going on out here, and witchcraft loves things that are dirty, and they will attach their magic to the mirrors that you have in your home, in the form of mirror magic. No joke. So when you clean them, and if you're clairaudient like me, you may hear a sound of disgust, like, ugh. Yeah, because you've cleaned the mirror. So keep your mirrors clean, keep your floors clean, that whole thing. But that's a different video. And I'm going to get rid of some of this. It looks a little cluttered. I don't want to show brands and things like that, but I'm going to just move some of this out of the way. Okay, put those over there. Yeah. So today I'm going to be showing you guys the Victory Dust, and also telling you guys some of the stories. And these are not stories like lies. These are true stories from when I was in the shelter. And also here, some things that I did not know the Victory Dust does. Kind of scary, but no, this is damn scary. Some of the stuff I have to tell you. And these are no jokes. And I wish I had the phone numbers of some of the people that were participatory in the things I'm going to say, but they know, if they see these videos, they know that I'm telling the truth, and they'll probably get on there and say, yes, she's telling the truth. Those things did happen. You guys, please know that the Bible says, God has told us, I have given you everything you need. So when I hear people say, not taking God out of the equation at all, no, he's in there. As a matter of fact, the Victory Dust comes is all God. I was totally guided the entire way with my skin and hair care line. I had no plans of having a skin and hair care line, okay? I did not. It was not planned. I was in the lingerie industry for years. I loved it. Blah, 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 blah. And it was now doing this video, there was an epiphany. There was times when I kept questioning, proof in the pudding. Am I in the right industry? Even though I was lucrative and making money, I kept questioning, especially when it came to adult novelties, because at some points on and off, I was selling adult novelties, and it kept getting to me spiritually. Should I be selling those? And then finally I decided that I would sell them to people that or hetero. No offense to people in the LGBT community. This was years ago. And because my excuse was, I can't tell you what to do with the products once you get them. So I did not promote, in other words, I did not promote things for people that, were in the LGBT community because of my raising, my upbringing, and I did not. However, I also knew that whoever bought them. I couldn't control it. And let me say something, you guys, about that, because what I just said is probably going to hurt some people's feelings. I have associates, first of all, for me to call you a friend, and I have stopped people, your friend. No. For me to call someone my friend, trust me, we have a rapport. We have been knowing each other for years. So I don't just throw that friend name out there like that. Now, I may know you and we've kicked it, but for someone to be considered my friend, that's a title that I hold with high dignity. And I don't usually, just give that title to everyone. I don't. I have people I have gone to school with. They're my friends. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I haven't had people that I've become close with outside of my schooling, but these are people that I know. These are my friends. Y'all know where I'm going. These are people that know me. Some of them have said some things and they don't know that I know, but okay. But you're not a friend. You're an associate. You're someone I know. So for me to use that term, it would have to really mean something. Also, my hair, you guys, I have my hair pinned up in the back, just to, come on down. It is pinned up, just to let you guys see my hair, because my hair seems to be a topic on everyone's, or a lot of people's agenda. It's like, really? You don't have nothing better to do? So, and it's going to be pinned up a different way. I got one hand. So I'm going to be reading you guys. Let me show you guys my flyer first. So this is my flyer. This is a spot. It's not coming up. This is my flyer that I did for the Victory Dust. You guys like that? Ooh. Now this information may change, especially the Cash App tag. The phone number may change, but post your comments if you like my little flyer that I did. And I have a flyer also for the skin. Let's see, what is this? This is skin. Yeah, the skin oil, as well as the, let's see, as well as the hair oil, y'all. So your girl is doing her stuff, but please support my journey, because the stuff really works. So let me get started with telling you guys some things that happen. So I'm in the shelter at this time, and promoting my stuff, but not promoting like, ooh, buy my stuff or anything like that. People, word to get around, like what you do or whatever. You may meet people and you'll have this conversation. And one of the things, before I went to the shelter, let me tell you what happened. Right here, you guys know that I bathe with my clothes on. I don't take my clothes off because of my gang stalking. I'm not going to do that until I feel comfortable in a place where I know that I'm not being spied on. And right now here where I am, I don't feel comfortable. As a matter of fact, I can show you guys something, and I've shown you guys this before. I think this may have a pause on it. I don't know. This is an iPhone, and I love this resolution, but I don't want to touch this unless I'm for sure. So for right now, I'm going to just hold on, y'all. Open the door, and then I'll get to the area that I'm referencing. Okay. Ooh, this is perfect. Even with my hands over the lens. You guys see all that distortion? The little crackly little, I don't know what it's distortion, but I don't know what name I can give it so you guys can understand what I'm saying. You see the frizzy-ness of the screen? It's like, okay, and let me turn this way towards the TV. Okay, so you guys can see, if you look at the screen, not the screen, but look down here in this area. Y'all see all that distortion, that interference is what it's called. And it just stopped for a minute. Did y'all see that? You see all this interference? This looks like one of those TVs. You remember when the TVs only had certain channels, like 6 channels or 7 channels? And I'm in my 50s, y'all. and the network would go off at like midnight or something like that, and it wouldn't come back on until 6 or 7 in the morning. Whoo, that's old school. That's when everybody was gone to sleep. For sure. Yeah, the net, whatever channel you were looking at would go off at midnight or something like that at midnight. And so there was no more reception. So you had no choice but to go to a different channel or turn the TV off. Most times, most of them stayed up till midnight. But in the meantime, when you turned it on that channel and the channel was not operating at that time, this is the kind of interference you would get right here, what you're seeing. But it would be worse. It would just be a black screen with. Okay. Yet when I turn this way, hold on, you guys, you don't see that. Y'all notice that? Y'all see it? Because there's no interference here. I never stand in this area. And if you can see a little bit on the corner right here, hold on, I'm trying to, well, right here on the left side, you can see a little bit, but yeah. But let's go back over here. Plenty of distortion because I stand right here all the time. There you go. Yeah, you see that? All right, there you go. I just wanted to show you guys that. So if you ever want to know if you are being spied on, all you got to do is pull out your cell phone and turn on the camera. I need to tighten my pants up, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. Turn on the camera, and I'm telling you, it speaks volumes. Just walk around your place. You'll know where cameras are because the interference, you're going to have the device communicating with your cell phone. Okay, electricity. So I think that's all I needed to tell you guys. Got a lot of videos coming up. Also, please go to the YouTube channel TBCITA. TBCITA stands for the Blue Cup in the Attic. And when you go, I'm letting you guys know as it stands right now. When you go to that, it's not going to pop up like you type in TBC. Now, when I first created that channel, and by the way, that channel is my game stalking channel now. Or you can just type in the Blue Cup in the Attic. And that's what TBCITA stands for, okay? But @TBCITA, when I created that channel, it was showing up in YouTube search. It's no longer showing up in YouTube search for some reason. Nor is my name, KimMeWyatt. So you guys, let me tell you guys how to find me. Find my channels, a guaranteed way to find me because it's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and I will be doing videos on this. A lot of stuff going on in the background with YouTube, the employees or contractors, okay, that are getting paid under the table to do things to specific people's channels via the mod rewrites, MOD-REWRITES. Kimmy, what is mod rewrites? Mod rewrites means, let's take YouTube, okay, a social media platform, and you can do this on a website as well, just a regular website. I used to go in my mod rewrites all the time because I know how to build websites. So I would go in my mod rewrites all the time just to see what was there and see if someone manipulated something, to see if every browser can see my content, okay? So a mod rewrite allows the person that has access, and there's a passcode that you have to have usually to go into the mod rewrites, and you put that passcode in, and when you put the passcode in, you're able to go into the background of someone's. Y'all may hear some clicking right now because somebody's trying to interfere, okay? That allows you to go into the background of that particular person, that particular channel, speaking on YouTube's bells and whistles. So not everybody's, just that particular channel, usually to block things, normally to block things. But then also you have, when I say I'm not found in search, that has nothing to do with mod rewrites. That's literally someone in that department that handles the search engine department that's removing my name away from you guys being able to just go do a search and find it, KimMeWyatt. Although there's an imposter that is coming up and we share the same supposedly birth name. And I'm going to do a video on her, and I'm going to do a video on, I'll just do one video on both of these people so far. And if anyone wants to join in with this video, you go right ahead, because what I'm not going to do or allow is to allow my content to be blocked when I have just as much right as anyone else to be on the YouTube platform. That's not going to happen, or any other platform for that matter. Keep up the good work, because you're only embarrassing yourself. It kills me how people, I put race in a lot of my things, and it kills me how people think because you're a certain race, you're not going to say anything. So you guys, this idiot above my head is really trying to do something to this phone to block this, because he knows this video, all I got to do is sign in to YouTube on this phone, just sign in, and this video will go pop right up, which I'm going to do. Okay. So, and y'all, I just keep it real. It just amazes me, even with my hair. That's not her. You still have people saying that's not her hair. I don't care how many times I show my hair. It is still people that will lie and say that's not her hair. Bitch, what planet you come from? The planet of lies? What is, and y'all, please don't think I care about what people say about me. Y'all, some of y'all, my friends that I grew up with, my friends that know me, Kimmy don't give a fat rat in a New York tunnel what you saying about her. She's actually wondering, why are you lying? Period. Yeah, I don't care what you say about me. You can flush your ass down the toilet. I mean, your comments go down the toilet rather when it comes to me. What I am, like, let me say it again, wondering, why would you go to that extent to lie? Jealousy, envy. There's two of them. So please know this one, I have a lot of people jealous of me. I'm sure a lot of people out there do. I do. And it just comes with the territory. But what I can't stand is a man that listens to what someone else says without doing his own research. And you guys, I'm feeling a little, not nasal, but I feel like phlegm is in my throat right now, or up in my nasal passage. So please excuse me. I'm quite sure this is the pause button, but I just don't want to take a chance. I'll find that out later. Just a moment. Okay. There we go. I hope you guys can see that, but I had to get rid of that. So, like I said, my hair, all right, ouch. So I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing the clip part of it. Eee, there we go. Whoo, my hair, okay. And, I don't care how I put this on, but let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. But people will get in cahoots and they will, oh, good. Well, I got some horns. Y'all know I'll make me some horns. Wait a minute. People will get in cahoots. People will get in cahoots with each other and just do the most. I'm like, if I got horns on this side, I might as well do the other side. Y'all know I'll do it. Let me see if I can. Y'all, it's hard. There we go. Woo! And this right here is my battery pack, because the battery in this phone goes down really, really quick. Not the worst case scenario, but it goes down quick, and I don't want this video to mess up. So this battery pack is my lifesaver right now for this video. And I may just put it up in here. Let's see. There we go. So I can kind of switch the phone, even though this card is short. There we go. To the other side. Ooh, y'all, that's some thick hair, baby. That's some thick ass hair. Y'all, I don't think I'm gonna be, wait a minute. We got something going on. There. And it's not stretched like the other one. I can't stretch this one like that one was already ready to go. Not playing, but I'm just saying it started sticking up. So, y'all didn't see me. So y'all know, what I'm saying is, I don't give a fuck about what people say about my hair. I'm wondering why you lying. That's what I'm wondering. Why are you lying? You do all that. That's kind of cute. You'll do all that to lie. And this part down here is not, it's longer than that, y'all. What? Hold on, y'all. Oh, that's my hair. Okay, so I'm going to go over the benefits of victory dust right now, y'all. Okay. And tell you, let me tell you what happened. So while here, I wanted to take a spirit bath. And I wanted to know if I could use the victory dust. It wasn't planned. It was never for this purpose. I wanted to know if I could use the victory dust in my bath water. And y'all, oh my God. I put about 3 tablespoons of victory dust in my bath water with the, oh God, that hurts. Oh, okay, there we go. With the bubbles and everything. And, when I submerged my entire body in there, and you guys, when I came back up, and I've been baptized before, when I came back up or came out of that water, and I mean, I submerged everything, my entire head. When I came up out the water, I felt like a new person, and I've never been able to this day describe the feeling that I felt when I came up out of that water. I just can't. So if you're taking a spirit bath, the victory dust is absolutely wonderful for that. There's also in my list of products, the victory dust body wash. Like I said, I'm here. I can't make it right now. So, but what we have done is put victory dust in body wash when I was at the shelter, and the smell, OMG. It took the original smell from the body wash and took it to a whole different level. So yeah, multiple times, and it was a request from someone that I know, more than one person, but someone that I know. They were like, I need almost put some victory dust in my body wash. Okay. So you can do that. So, but the critical thing that we noticed, you guys, now this is where it got scary. Of course, I got my products at the shelter with me, and I befriended, some associates. And like I said, before I left, some of them had already gone. But one time, I can just pick things out of the hat. With some of the ladies, we had a seafood feast. I had said that, okay, I'm going to take about 5 ladies, and we're going to go get something to eat, seafood. And because one of the local stores, not local in that area, but the bus would take us, will steam your food for you, your seafood. And so I had picked the ladies that I wanted. 3 of them could not make it. So, and then somebody suggested someone, and I wasn't close to this person, but I knew her from speaking, but I was like, no. And then, they suggested this person, and I was so happy that and she obliged. And we went, and hi, Tangi, and we had a good time. Tangi did not know she wasn't on the original list of people, but she was invited because someone recommended her. And let me hurry up and try to tell you what happened. So when we got the food, and we were wondering where we were going to eat, the food, and we looked across the street, and I said, we can eat across the street because the concrete, we were going to sit on the concrete, was clean, and hardly walked on, no oil. And I knew this just from getting off the bus right there. Anybody that went to the grocery store on the bus knew that this was clean if they focused on it. And or walked by on buildings, employees and stuff. So we sat there and we ate. And as we were, wrapping everything up, Tangi said that she needed to go to the hospital to go get her medicines from the pharmacy at the hospital. And we were like, Bertha said, no, you're not going by yourself. And now, mind you, when it comes to the bus, it was the next stop. So, but Bertha said, no, you're not going by yourself. We're going with you. And she said, no, I'll be right back. And Bertha said, no, we're going. So we tidied up everything, and we got on the next bus and we went. I don't know. We may have walked. I don't know if because it was irrelevant. I think but we rode the bus there to get the food. Okay. We sat in the back, the long seat in the back, me first, and then the other 2 came and sat. When we were waiting on Tangi, she was at the window to get her prescription, and then she came and sat down. We pulled the victory dust out, and we started smelling it. You guys, the smell is so angelic. It's really, I'm not bragging, but it's a smell. Even though it comes in 500 smells, this is the original. It smells like something you have never smelled before. Okay. Very heavenly, no joke. And so we were smelling it and passing it around, smelling it. We were sitting up against the wall facing. And there was a Hispanic guy, there had seats going this way, but we're up against the wall facing them. And, a row of seats up against the wall. First thing I noticed, I sat in the next to the last seat up against a wall. The lady who I thought was a man initially was sitting next to me, or I sat next to them in the seat. They had on the gown and everything like I thought they had a tooth pull or something, because they were, they were moaning like they were in pain, and they had their head up against the wall, little platform, little wall. And I just kept, like, oh my God, but I accidentally elbowed or touched them with something I had, maybe my arm, I'm assuming. And they, and I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to touch you. Or even if they, I don't know if they responded to my touch, but I did touch them. So I wanted to apologize for it. Regardless, you guys, we're smelling the victory dust, and all of a sudden, this woman, I thought it was a man because they had the mask on. She rises up, you guys, and she starts singing, and she's walking in front of us while she's singing, walking back and forth. You guys, I can sing my butt off. And let me do this again. I am so sorry. Hold on. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. I had to. And if you guys, it wouldn't, okay, sorry. If you saw me, I had to kind of get some of it off. But, and so she starts singing. She's passing in front of us and she's singing. But her voice, she was so angelic. The eyes have not seen and the ears have not heard. I had never heard anyone singing like this, you guys. And I will say hands down, Rachelle Farrell is my favorite singer. Rachelle, Rachelle, Farrell, Ferrell. Okay? She got a lot of L's and R's in her name. Double L's, double R's. And this lady was singing, and you guys, I had never heard a voice like that. It sounded like what I would assume, how I would assume an angel sang. And I didn't even know what she was singing. But yet she was just in pain. But now she's walking in front of us singing a very angelic, heavenly song that I had never heard of. She sounded like a harp. She sounded like an instrument, is what I'm saying. Like, whoa, what the? And we're looking at each other, and she said, I know something like, I know you guys don't want to hear me sing, or something like that. And we're like, are you serious? You can sing your butt off, you guys. All I can say, once again, I know music, I know lyrics, I know artists. I never heard anybody sound like this woman, ever. And it wasn't that she was loud or like Rachelle Farrell. Rachelle Farrell has this, oh my God, her octave is amazing. It was, okay, perfect is what I'm saying. It was just perfect. Something I had never heard. We were looking at each other like, whoa, what the hell? So we had to be back at the shelter at 6. Let me hurry this up. So we had to be back at the shelter at 6. I knew it was getting late. So I let Bertha know, because Tangie's up at the window. I said, girl, we got to get up out of here. I know it's getting late. So I looked, I pulled my phone out, put the battery in. Bertha didn't have a phone, so I put my battery in my phone, and I noticed I said, oh my God, it's 5 something. It was like 5:34. And I said, we got to get out of here, because we had to be back at 6. We didn't want to lose our beds. So we decided that to go get up and go and tell Tangie, but I'm missing something that happened. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. When we were smelling the victory dust and pulled it out, one of the things that we noticed, even though Tangie was on the opposite end of me and Bertha sitting next to me, one of the things that we noticed was the Hispanic guy that was on the corner in the seats, in the row of seats, in one of the rows of seats going that way. Hispanic guy started turning red, and he started fidgeting. Now, mind you, back up at the shelter, we noticed this was the norm for people who were possessed by demons. This is one of the things, well, two of the things they would do is get fidgety, and then, like they couldn't, keep themselves together. And then they would turn, depending on their skin tone, they would turn red, like fire. And then they would rise up. It's 4 things they would do that and those were not the only 2 women that knew about this. We had about a group of 5, to the point where we would push the victory dust to those people in the shelter that were talking to themselves. And when we would push the victory dust to them, it got to the point, because we knew what they would do, what the person would do. And we would sit there trying to play it off, but we would sit there and watch their reaction to the victory dust to see are we on point with this? What's going on? What did you create? I mean, people are like asking, and let me say this before I forget this critical. Every one of the people that was, that smelled the victory dust and it affected them in a positive way, bringing the negative energy out of them, the demons, all of these people would look at me, even though they're looking straight, they would look at me out the corner of I hope you guys can see this. If I'm over here, they would look at me. They're looking their faces this way, but they would look at me like this. As if to say, you bitch. No joke. No joke. And I'll get back to when we went to the pharmacy. And we noticed that as well. And I would say, oh my God, they're looking at me, And they would, but they would be looking straight, but they would give me this look like, really? Who in the fuck told you to create blah, 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 blah? That kind of like a demon. Now, also keep in mind, our peripheral vision, which is our ability to look to the furthest to the right or furthest to the left, is limited. We can only look so far. If you look at me right now, although I can't see myself, I do know my eyes are going this way, and I'm looking as far as I can. These people, and I always heard demons could do this, they could look further. Like you could see literally the whites of their eyes, because they're literally, their eyes, the pupil is back here. It's still in the socket, but it's way back here, and they're looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck? Humans can't even do that, But if a human is possessed by a demon, and when I say possessed, you guys, I'm not talking about so much The Exorcist. Demons, keep in mind, because I got a lot of videos coming up. Demons can't make you do anything you don't want to do. It is a rarity, such in the case of The Exorcist, the movie. They are only about 10% of people can be possessed by a demon. So most people that's doing the most out here, they know what they're doing. Now, what a demon will do, the purpose of a demon is to enhance or to provoke you, like get the thoughts in your head. You probably got the thought in your head to go murder someone, but they're going to be the reason why you go ahead and do it. Okay. That kind of stuff. We are born into sin, but we're not of sin. So babies are not born sinful. Okay. So their job is to, make you want to do what you're doing. And it's up to you. God favors no one. It is up to you to say, I don't care what you, devil on one shoulder, angel on another one. I don't care what you got going on. I'm not fixing to go kill that person. It's still up to you. So so we got the bath, spirit bath. I've explained to you that it does expel demons. There was a lady and we put the victory dust by her, and she rose up, and I said, she's fixing to go to sleep. Because you got to understand, when demons are riding people, when you're being ridden by demons and they're harboring you, some people don't even know they're messing with them. That's stress. That's anxiety. That's, this is your everyday life. You're just thinking that you're tired, and but this lady talking to herself, and she was so angelic, because she would always look up and she could sing too. She sang. Okay. I heard her sing, and I was like, wow, that's sad. But the next day, you could volunteer to help serve dinner, lunch, or breakfast. And she was literally, and had not done this since I'd been there, and some people say she had never done it. She literally was passing out the liquid. I think we may have had milk or something for breakfast. Whatever we had for breakfast, that was the liquid. She said, oh, have a nice day. And I was like, what? And I'm not going to go into detail with every story. And I might do some of these video on the rest of the things with Victory Dust. But I have seen some stuff, what this will do, to sum that up. It's not a joke. And the smell is amazing, like I said. Yeah, so back to the pharmacy. So I called DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit, to see when the next bus was leaving that location. And she told me, there is one that's leaving at such and such. And I said, we got to go. So we went up to the window to get Tangi, or to tell Tangi, we got to move. But the Hispanic guy, while we're up there, I'm facing the windows, window. And Bertha is there too. And she's, how you're just looking around and stuff. And she just so happened to look in an area where the Hispanic guy had actually risen up and was in a corner, facing the corner, like he was a kid and he was in elementary and he had just threw a spitball at one of the kids and he had to go get in the corner. And he's literally facing the corner, you guys, like this, in the corner, because this demon did not want him to be seen. He did not want to be seen. You got to understand, when you're dealing with entities like Santa Muerta, La Santa Muerta, aka La Santa Muerta, and things like that, those deities are not real. But if one or more is gathered for good, the preacher never told us because maybe they didn't know. You can't tell someone something you don't know. That also works for evil. So 2 or more gathered for good, which we all know about, most of us. Then guess what happens when 2 or more are gathered for evil? This deity has a lot of people worshiping her, and she's not even real. I'm like, I need to paint some stuff on my body and see what y'all do. You worshiping me too because you're spying on me all the time, moving right along. Okay, so back to Tangi, and so we got to go. So Tangi agreed that we got to get out of there. Tangi said, well, let me ask them, can I pick my medicine up tomorrow? The reason why she had to get her medicine, it was put back. Her medicine was put back because she didn't pick it up within the allocated time they give to pick up your medicine. And so she knew that it was probably put back. She found out it was put back. So she had to kind of do like a reorder for them to do it. The order was there. She just had to request it again. And so it was taking a minute. She wasn't the only one who needed pharmaceuticals. So she agreed that we had to leave. So she said, well, let me ask them if I can pick it up tomorrow. So we're all up there at the windows, and I was in front of a particular window that was next to the window she was communicating with, and the lady said, I'll be back with her. But I asked the person, it was a guy, I think, and I said, excuse me, I said, can she pick her medicine up tomorrow? And they said, oh yeah, sure, she can get her medicine tomorrow. I said, because we gotta go. We're in the shelter, you gotta be back at 6. And I don't know if I said all that, I'm just letting y'all know. So this is when it got scary. Now hold your seats. So we got on the bus the same way how we came. I was first getting on the bus, either tapped my card or showed my card, whatever, my ticket, whatever that I had, however I did it for that day. Bertha was next, and then Tangi. When I went and we're in motion, imagine this, we're stepping up because we sat in the back because there's 2 little steps to go on to the back. So when I sat down, here comes Bertha sitting down, and then here comes Tangi. When I sat down, I noticed, or coming to that seat, I noticed there was a black guy that was, if you're facing the back of the bus, he's on the right side, and he's next to the last seat. Like, you got the long seat where we were sitting, and then a seat, and then he was the next seat. So it was a seat in between us. And I noticed him, no big deal. I went and sat down, Bertha sat down. But when Tangi came, now mind you, Bertha and I are now sitting down. We're facing the front of the bus. Tangi's in motion, passing by this guy. This guy says, Tangi, it's tangible. We're like, what the fuck? So I'm hitting Bertha. I'm tearing Bertha's damn arm up. Tangi's like, what the fuck? She said, did y'all tell him my name? We're like, no, fool, we with you. we're like, what the fuck? It was a demon. This guy was possessed by a demon. We did have the victory dust was not all the way, obviously in, because we had to go. So it was, and this guy said, Tangy, it's tangible. But the rest of the ride, but not the rest of the ride. I'm getting ahead of myself. When I sat down, of course, and he made the statement, Tangy's sitting down, adjusting herself. She's sitting down in the seat. And she's wondering if we told him her name. No, we don't even know this dude. What are you saying? And so if anyone knows the devil likes to do riddles with humans. So he says, Tangy, I have a riddle for you. And we're like, what? I started looking out the window. I'm like, I'm next to the window. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I looked at him and guess what? His eyes were doing the same thing. He was looking at me like this. Now, although he never once turned around and faced Tangy, he was talking to her behind, get thee behind me, Satan kind of shit. His eyes were looking at me the whole time. And it was pretty scary because he was literally on the other side of the bus, but his eyes are looking at me, but he's talking to her, but he's got his back to her. He never turned around. But she's communicating with him. We're like, girl, shut up. We shouldn't be talking to him. But I noticed Tangy had a calling on her life because there's a lot of spirits that I noticed that was around her. She was a good person and these spirits, and she was used to it. But yeah, he was looking at me the whole time, y'all. Scary. Can you imagine someone's eyes? They're looking this way, but their eyes are over this way while they're talking. And they're hotter than a firecracker. And they may be talking to someone, but they're looking at you. Head going this way. Yeah. Every one of them did that. You know why? Because I created it. God and I. Satan knew what I was going to create. Satan knew that my hair oil was going to grow people's hair from bald to hair in 2 weeks. He knew that within 2 weeks. Now I'm saying within 2 weeks, but it's less than that. But okay. The proof is there. Go to my playlist called, testimony, client and personal testimonies on YouTube, on the KimMeWyatt, KimMeWyatt. And if I've told you guys, I've already told you, do the @ KimMeWyatt. Type the whole thing in, y'all. Don't look for anything to truncate or pop up as you're typing. That's the norm. So as it stands, if it doesn't pop up where you can click my name, and there's an imposter, KIMM, spelled just like mine. 6 people as it stands right now. That is not me. I'm not a gamer, but it's a KimMeWyatt on there. But yeah, that's not me. But if you can't find my channels, this is what I started out saying. Please open your browser and do this. Type in https://. Now, I don't know how this is going to look in the mirror, but the / the tip is to the right. These are the slashes I'm talking about. The ones that go down, but the tip is leaning to the right. And then https, S for secure, / youtube.com / again @Kimmy, KimMeWyatt. No spaces. No spaces. Do it just like that. https:// youtube.com / again @KimMeWyatt. Everything has to be together, you guys. You can't have spaces in a URL. It has to be together. Okay, whether it's an underscore, dash, whatever, everything has to be consistent together. And the same thing for TBCITA. The only thing is it's going to be https:// youtube.com / again @TBCITA, which stands for the blue cup in the attic. That's where all the gang stalking videos are now, you guys. And I have some. Ooh, get over there. Get over there. Really. Okay. Got a lot of stuff to post. I just no longer want my skin and hair care line and everything else I do to be associated with my gang stalking, which is, this. So, which is entails what I'm talking about right now, but this will be on Kimmy Wyatt. These are my products. So yeah, this guy, oh, I didn't finish telling you what he did. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. So Tangi and he are communicating, and Tangi's trying to figure out this freaking riddle, Riddle. Bertha and I like hitting each other. I mean, I know I just broke her arm off almost, because I'm like, my elbow is like, you know, like, what the hell? So this guy rises up, probably in the middle of the conversation with Tangi. He rises up, goes to the front of the bus. Now, keep in mind, the bus is still this whole time. The bus is not in motion. The bus driver got off as soon as we got on, and I guess when it took a little break, because that was the last stop or the beginning, depending on how you look at it. That was the last stop or the beginning stop right there. So the bus driver, female, she got off. And this guy rises up, y'all, go to the front, walks off the bus because the door is open, walks off the bus. We're looking at him, and turns around facing the bus, comes back on the bus, steps back up, and sit down in the front, but he paid again. Y'all figure that out. Didn't you pay when you got on her? The demon was expelled, in other words. He probably didn't even know he had a conversation with Tangi. Probably didn't know he said, Tangi, it's tangible. He didn't know any of that. He got off, turned around to face the bus, the front door of the bus, got on the door of the bus, got on the bus, paid again. And the seat's right there in the front. He sat down right on the right side. Y'all tell me what happened. And I don't have time to tell you, it's 46:41 in. I don't have time to tell you, victory dust works. That's what it says. Look, victory dust, it works. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. So, in other words, there is no temptation that is taken you, but it's common to man. The only temptations that you guys know about is common to man. We have temptations all the time. But God is faithful, and he will not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are able to control or take care of, okay? But he will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Drop the microphone. Okay. You can put victory dust under your bed. I keep victory dust on me, on my person at all times. Although this victory dust is in a plastic bag, I do not suggest you put victory dust in a plastic bag. I know this, but I also know that I change my victory dust in the bag frequently, so it's not affecting me. But that's not, retract that statement. I do change my victory dust. If you have it on your body every 10 to 15 days, every 10 to 30 days or whatever, depending on what's going on, you're going to know when you have absorbed the discordant energies from yourself and because we all have things that are going on, you know, or you may have voodoo or hoodoo or something on you or whatever, witchcraft, and also out in the world, okay, in the spiritual realm, in the physical. So yeah, if you want to know how often you should change victory dust when it's on your body, like for women in your bra, or well, it's not in your bra, but you know, while you have your bra on, then I suggest every 10 to 30 days. You're going to know, because the first thing you're going to notice is that things are going back to normal. Like, wait a minute, hold on, I just cursed that person out. Wait a minute, or whatever the situation may be. But don't use plastic, and trust me, when you order victory dust, eventually there will be pouches or whatever, depending on, you know, I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but and it's hot. It's so hot in here right now, y'all. Ooh-wee. It is hot. So yeah, so that's what happened with the victory dust, you guys. With that, and that's just one incident. That's 2-3 incidences. I have many, oh my God, incidences with this victory dust, with the victory dust. So it literally works. So I'm going to, if I forgot something, it'll be a pinned comment. If I started saying something and didn't finish, I'm going to listen to the video before I publish it up, 49:38 in, and you guys will get that in a pinned comment where the video is posted. So here we go. These are the things that the victory dust helps with. It enhances concentration, chakra protection, confidence, willpower, uncrossed spells. Okay. Deep sleep. One of the first things I notice when I get comments from people after using the victory dust is that they had very, very deep sleeps. One young lady, she's what is it when they want to be a dude? I can't think of the name right now, but yeah, she got victory dust from me, and she told me that she went to sleep at 7 o'clock at the shelter. She was never going to sleep at 7 o'clock. Okay. But she said, no, I went to sleep for 3 days at 7 o'clock. So it really does help you sleep. It's going to remove all the evil off of you. Okay. Helps nervousness, alertness, alchemy transformation, magnifies intentions, calming, harmony, healing power, stimulates senses, heals psyche, cleanses. And I will be doing a video on the 8 types of psyche. Okay. Clairs. I'm clairaudient. I can hear things that other people cannot hear. I mean, okay. In the spiritual realm. Okay. It balances energy, enhances meditation, Reiki, aids in breaking hexes, witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, ill intent, gradually discourages monitoring spirits, birds, flies, bees, gnats, moths, etc. Tool for empowerment, strength, and motivation. Powerful ally in the spiritual journey to combat dark forces. Assist in returning evil back to senders. If you are a return to sender person like me, keep this on you at all times. It only enhances it. No, I'm just playing. Connects to nature spirits, open pathways with seen and unseen forces. Creates boundaries that evil entities cannot cross. Deters demonic mental attacks. This includes depression, schizophrenia, paranoia, etc. Promotes prosperity. Heightens discernment, ascends higher levels of awareness, consciousness, aligns physical self with the spiritual realm. It should be the spiritual realm. Removes spiritual and emotional impurities. Toxic relationships. Provides a fresh start. Conduit between personal and spiritual power. Enhances positive energies. Safe for babies and everyday use. This product is safe for babies. So you can actually put this in your grandchildren's room, your children's room, under their bed or whatever. I wouldn't put it under the bed if a dog can get up under there. I mean, it's not going to do anything to them, but I'm just saying, we haven't tried it. I haven't tried it on dogs. Okay. Like if they eat it or whatever. So just to be safe, if you're going to put it under the bed, which I suggest, keep it in a bag, and keep Scruffy from under the bed. That's how you do that. Put it in a bag with holes, or however you want to work that out. Or put it in a lid, but just keep Scruffy from under the bed. There you go. Or you can sit it, if it's an infant, the infant can't walk in most cases. I don't think they can. Although these babies that are coming out now, woo-wee. But put it in something really nice and decorative and put it in their room. And there you go. Okay. Remove discordant, stagnant energies, strengthen solar plexus chakra, withstand the connection and presence of God, deters spirit spouse, incubus, and succubus attacks. Whew. That's a whole nother video. If you're having dreams, sex dreams, get some of this. You're having dreams and you're having sex with people that you're like, where'd that come from in my dream? Really? Okay. Or somebody, you're being attacked. You have witchcraft and voodoo on you. Witchcraft and or voodoo. Blocks energy harvesting. A lot of that going on. Destiny swapping. Wards against evil eye. Cleanses personal negative energy. Shifts the atmosphere of a room. When you put this in a room, you guys, within 24 hours, you're going to know, wait a minute, it feels weirder in here, but in a good way. Okay. So it shifts the atmosphere of a room. Expel demonic presence in individuals, as I just said. And like I said, I have many stories of this expelling demons from people. Now you can't see the demon, but you can see that something occurred, like, oh my God, Look at her. We would literally, you guys sitting at the table, we would be like, with our mouths open. So yeah. And there was Trish, who was a white lady. She just loved the victory dust. They've got a demon. We need to put some victory. So banishes unwanted thoughts. Okay. Let's see. Wards off bad dreams and nightmares. Drive out spiritual impurities. Clears congestion in the body. It does. You have seen me, because I had it on me. You've seen me getting, I've had to spit 2 times in here because of phlegm. I had to get the phlegm out. No animal testing. Helps break generational curses. And let me say something. Most times generational curses don't necessarily come from bad all the time. Sometimes with return to sender, we just didn't know about return to sender, but our grandmothers and grandfathers probably knew about. It's just a popular thing right now. If they knew about return to sender and they returned that back to the sender, and you can add your own stuff in it because the witch has put it in the ethers and put it out in the open, so you can actually amend what they have said. They won't tell you that. Shh. Yeah, I amend it all the time. Do something to me. What you want it to do is three triple fold. I don't know what that is. Did you say triple fold? I don't do triple fold. I go into millions. You dead. Somebody in your family is dead. Leave people alone to sum that up. So I'm going to amend what you put out in the ethers for me. Okay, but our grandfathers, our forefathers, our foremothers, if they knew about return to sender, that's a generational curse, because depending on what they said or added to it, they might have just been returning it. Me, I'm going to add to it, and I'm going to say, for instance, and I say this all the time, return it back to them for 60 generations. That's a generational curse. But it's not a curse. I'm not putting a curse on you, but it's a curse because of what I said. I don't curse people. It's a curse because of what I said. 2 different things. Okay? Okay? Some of y'all get that. Some of y'all won't. It's going to become a curse because of what I said. I'm returning back to you, the person that performed it, the person or the people that performed it, and those that are guilty by association. So if you know someone is doing something to me, I highly suggest you step the fuck back, because something's going to happen to you too. I don't leave anyone out. Okay? You just sitting back there with your arms crossed like, woo, y'all really doing it. Oh my God. You're going to get it too. Woo woo. When I have something to do with it, you're going to get it too. You knew. You didn't stop them. So how about that? So return to sender can include a generational curse if it's been amended, and the person that was targeted amends that and put their own little thing in there, and they say, oh, by the way, return it back to them for 60 generations. And I also say, if they don't have any kids, hit everybody in their family. So I see people walking like this, y'all. Yeah. I didn't see none of that before. I see some stuff, y'all. Y'all see it too, but y'all don't know why they walking like that. I do. Y'all, have y'all been noticing people that really look like witches here lately? I mean, they really look like witches, because all your mirror magic, your health magic, your beauty magic, you wake up one day and you know that's not your face. You know that's not your nose. And you're like, what? Just return it back to the center. It's coming back in about 48 hours. 6 to 48 hours, your nose is going to come back. This is why some witches are the most beautiful people on the planet, because they have extracted your nose in the spirit, but you see it in the physical, and everybody else see it in the physical. And that is the power of evilness. God created evil. Don't you ever forget it. He created it. He does not favor anyone. Where did evil come from? It just didn't come out the sky. He told Eve not to eat that fruit, and she ate it. Guess what happened? She didn't obey, so guess what happened? You think that just happened because it was supposed to happen? No, God created evil. If I tell you not to do something, don't do it. Or the repercussions. So he created evil. So I had to have that conversation with someone. And God, yeah, he created it. That's why he sent Satan down to the earth. I got a job for you. Since you want to be me and you're not obeying me, everybody has choice. Everything on this planet. If a dog don't want to bite you, the dog's not going to bite you. Okay? If a bee, see it all the time, monitoring spirits, following me, a single bee. If a single bee, although it's a monitoring spirit, does not want to be with its family or the other bees, it's not going to be over there. If a bird doesn't want to fly south, if you don't want to fly south, it's not flying south. The only thing on this planet, and I've said this, I think, in the video, that does not have choice are the evergreens. And don't y'all forget it. An evergreen has to stay planted there and stay green for the rest of its life. Okay, the only thing that would change that if a good wind come through and knock it down or something, but it's still going to be green. Okay, unless it stays out of the ground for so long, and even then it's still green. It's forever green. Ever, meaning forever green. Now, I just took y'all to school. Now send me my donations. Send me my donations. Okay, almost finished with this. Purges. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. It breaks generational curses. Helps break generational curses. Protection of divine connection. Available in 500 alluring fragrances or scents. And shield from negative influences, bridge gap between earth and divine realms, drives away lingering dark energies. They can't, when I tell you they can't stand this right there. Ooh, hating with a, look, I told you, looking over there at me like, you bitch. I mean, this is really how they looking, but they're facing this way, they're looking at me. Purges body or soul of toxins. Relaxation for public speaking and studying. So if you study all the time or do medication, have this near you. It helps. Okay. Stimulates the body's external energies, job interview confidence. Keep it on you. And if you're a man, put it in your pocket. Just keep it on you. Okay. Or a woman, you can put it in your pocket. Helps reverse beauty, mirror, and health magic. Break spiritual bondage, courage when you're afraid, banishes fear. Oh my God. Okay, let me shut up. Enhances affirmation and mantras and prayers. When you're doing your affirmations, your mantras, in your prayers, if you do either of those or all of those, make sure you have the victory dust around you when you're doing that. OMG. All right. Protection against malevolent forces. Malevolent is male, meaning a male demon. Okay. Protection against malevolent forces. Okay. Not just a male demon. It could be, let's see, witch. We got witches and warlocks. It could be a warlock. Wink, wink. Okay. Abundance and positive change in life. Pungent and purifying ingredients. Hidden tool in spiritual warfare. Profound spiritual power. Leaves no room for ambiguity. Invokes elements of fire and the sun. And better dream comprehension. Sometimes you're supposed to remember your dreams. Did y'all know this? When you wake up, you're supposed to remember your dreams. And I remember dreams in my past where I'm like, what was I just dreaming about? What was that? You're supposed to remember your dreams, you guys. Okay. Declares psychic abilities. So you guys, if you're interested right now, the price, by the way, for 4 ounces of victory dust, this may change. This is really just for information, is $25. And for a 4 ounce and 8 ounce is $35. Okay. And that includes free shipping in the US. So take advantage of that. What I just said, once again, may change. Okay. If you get charged shipping or you sent $35 or whatever, and I send you a message saying, you need to pay shipping, that means that we don't have the shipping promotion anymore. Things are going up, you guys. So take advantage of free shipping. Wink, wink. Okay, so let's see what I want to tell you. I had said something in here and I wanted to reverse the mirror magic. Oh, malevolent forces. That could be, like I was saying, that could be a male demon, or it could be a warlock, which is a male witch. Okay, so it works. What does it say? It works, and it does. Okay? I like that book with the dust. All right. And this is the current Cash App. You guys, please know that you cannot Cash App. Let's talk about Cash App. Cash App right now is the only way that I'm accepting payments. Okay, unless you mail a payment, but where are you going to mail it? Okay, so download the Cash app if you don't have it on your phone. It's very easy to sign up and send your payments. You guys, but this information is as of this video. This information may change, but always look wherever you're looking at my content. The correct information will be there. Don't go by, well, I saw that on one of her flyers. This is a flyer, meaning I can easily go in and change this information like tomorrow if I wanted to, to whatever is most current. So that's what's on there right now. And next, I will be doing videos coming up on the skin oil as well as the hair oil. They both work, you guys. I don't put other people's products down, but I will say, God, we did that. We did the damn thing. We did. Okay. And also I said this in my last video, to the person that's hair that I'm growing. I didn't forget about you at the shelter. And I want to say hi to everybody that I knew at the shelter, my associates that I knew at the shelter. Hey, y'all, much love. I haven't forgotten about you. I'm going to come up there one day and visit some of you guys. But got stuff to do, so don't think that I've forgotten about you, and I haven't. If I talked to you while I was at the shelter, I haven't forgotten about you. If I didn't talk to you, bye. Okay. Rosalind, I hope that your cancer is continues to go into remission, and I will be up there and once you start using the product, let me explain something. Once you start using the skin oil, the hair oil, it's going to continue to work to grow your hair. Okay, so it's all about your cells and everything. So I'm going to get out of here. Hasta la vista. Buenos Aires. Buenas noches. Arrivederci. Afrefois salida. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Ciao bella. Ciao bello. Smooches. Gotta go. Bye. And I gotta go get me some water or something. I'm feeling a little queasy right now. So I gotta go, you guys. Bye. Post your questions, comments. Wherever this is posted, chances are it'll be YouTube. All right? Bye.